Good morning, Soul Fam. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. We're going to spin the wheel, see whose day it is today. Virgo. All right, Virgo. It is your day. So let's see what is going on in the stars right now with Virgo. Virgo, obviously, you got the South Node in your sign. Mars is on its way in. The Sun is in direct square to the nodes, including South Node. So who you are in your routine, your everyday, might be being met with some kind of, I don't want to say resistance so much as it's like maybe feeling like drudgery. The obligation, right? The expectations on you might be really annoying right now. The moon is in Capricorn since yesterday and will be moving into trine. So I feel like if you can really tune into your intuition about certain things that need to be adjusted, it would probably serve you well. We also have Venus and Taurus trining on your sign and Uranus and Taurus trining on your sign. So there's definitely things that can be reevaluated or renegotiated as far as what the priorities are. And if you are the best person to do them, or if you can delegate them out, right? Capricorn moon is knowing that you're just one person and you can't do everything. Capricorn delegates. Capricorn is the CEO of the zodiac. They dictate what needs to get done, and they know that they're not the only person that's capable of doing certain things. And so they trust other people to get things done. And I think that, you know, there are certain things that maybe you've been doing that other people can do so that your time and energy is freed up to do other stuff, right? Those are the positive aspects on your sign. I think it'll be better in the long run for not just your work, but for your relationships with other people as well. The squares and challenges, like I said, you got the Sun squaring your sign. You don't really have anything else in opposition from Pisces. I mean, North Node is always opposite the South Node. And there's nothing in Sag. You know, after the full moon yesterday was probably your biggest challenges as far as like breaking through and figuring out what you do and don't want to take forward. You probably felt that really strongly, you know, being able to see the potential and where there is none and having to make those clear decisions and choices. That was big for you yesterday. I think once Mars enters your sign, because it'll enter Virgo this month. I feel like you're going to have a lot more drive or willpower, a lot more energy to do the things that you need to get done once you've gone through, you know, the next couple days, like really figuring out what you can delegate off and what is maybe not a priority and doesn't need to be upheld or considered as much anymore, right? That there's other things that are taking priority. So Virgo, I hope that helps. Like and I'll say this because it is in sextile to Juno. It's a little bit of a wide orb. It's 4 degrees for minor placements. That's pretty big. For the Sun or Jupiter, it's nothing, but it's retrograding, which means at some point it's going to go direct and re-hit this spot. I feel like if people insist on having these titles or having these labels and they're not going to set you free from those labels, well, then they could step up and hold true to the label, You know, like if they are family, well, family supports each other and helps each other to the best of their ability. Don't call yourself family if you're not going to help me. You know, if you want to hold that label over my head that I'm family, well, then I'm going to hold you to the same label. Otherwise, you know, don't dish what you can't take. You know, if you want to call me partner and that's the label you're holding me to, and these are the obligations that I need to fulfill with that label, well, then you also have a label and you need to uphold the expectations and obligations of your label as well. You know, it's what's fair is fair. And I think getting into that mindset will really help you move forward. And if they don't like it, well, then I guess that label's got to drop and you can't hold that label on me either. And I guess we're just two people dealing with life and figuring it out around each other and or with each other, right? Whatever ends up being the highest good. So yeah, don't be afraid to delegate. Don't be afraid to shake things up. Don't be afraid to prioritize and own what you need to own for yourself and make others accountable for what they want in the goal and their role, right? And their role. Let's see. We're going to get the dice. What other placements might be necessary for you, or if you're cross-watching. We've got Libra. Uranus. And the 5th house. So as far as like Virgo placements, if it's not in your big 3, Virgo could rule your 5th house, which if Virgo's in your 5th house, you're probably a Taurus rising. You may have Uranus in Virgo. You may also have Venus in Virgo, right? Because Libra is Venusian. You could have Libra, Aquarius, or Leo in your big 3. You could have Uranus or Venus in any of those signs. So take it as it resonates for you. If you had Libra in the 5th house, you would be a Gemini rising. If you had Aqua in the 5th house, if you had Aqua in the 5th, that would put you Pisces in the 6th, which is Virgo in the 12th, which would make you a Libra rising. Okay, so that might be for real for you, you know, like being a Libra rising might be a big deal for this read. But those are the placements. The energy in and of themselves is radically shaking up, right? Uranus energy radically shaking up partnerships, especially how it pertains to the 5th house. The 5th house represents our soul passion and purpose. It could be anything from children to things that are like our baby, right? Especially in the realm of business or soul calling, hobby, you know, whatever it is that you dedicate yourself to, it's your baby, literally or metaphorically speaking. There might need to be radical changes to the way that you deal with other people. There could be shifts and revelations in regards to where you want to head and who you need to partner up with in order to make it happen, right? You could have Libra, Aquarius, or Leo in your big 3, right? Sun, moon, rising. So with that, let's see. We're going to start with the Harrow. Spirit, what is going on for Virgo and those who are drawn to the dice and resonate with the dice, right? Libra, Aquarius, or Leo placements. What is going on with Virgo and Virgo energy. Pay particular mind to the house that Virgo rules, guys, because this reading is going to make sense in that regard. What is going on? We got the brass dwarf. It came out more reverse than it did upright. So we're going to leave it like that. What else? The Forge and the Paladin. All right. Bottom of the deck is the Mute Hag. Guys, Hero cards, if you're not aware, are D&D cards, Dungeons and Dragons. They're from the world of Pathfinder. They have Dungeons and Dragons lingo in the book. We translate it into real life readings. All right, they work exceptionally well. Mute Hag's on bottom. The Peacock is on top. Let's get my hand-drawn cards. Clarify the brass dwarf, please. Misaligned, right? It's in reverse. Clarify the energy of the brass dwarf, please, for Virgo and those who resonate. And guys, if you feel like, you know, the wheel is not favoring you and you want to request a sign, you absolutely can. Just make sure you do it in the comments. Wow, we got the Forge, and it came up in the reverse. I got a Forge deck, and I got a Forge card in this deck. So we've got the Forge out twice, but the first person is in the reverse. Clarify the actual Forge with the Paladin. What is the energy surrounding that? What is the archetypal energy surrounding the Paladin? Got the Book. And you are stuck here. Interesting. We've got the Getaway on the bottom. And the bomb on top. Oh, Virgo. Okay. You know what? Let's do this. What is the divine conversation the spirit wants to have with the first energy, the brass dwarf? What is the divine conversation that spirit wants to have? And what is the divine conversation for the second energy with the Paladin? I'll explain in a second. I love spirit so much. Oh. Okay. Bottom of the deck. They mean well, but they are wounded. Keep taking their guidance and you are only wounding yourself. Their story is not your story. And it came out with the book. Okay. The brass dwarf. Oh man, oh man. The brass dwarf is lawful neutral, and in the reverse it becomes chaotic neutral. The brass dwarf shows an Azure who represents invulnerability to a current danger. Although others might fall, he remains hale and strong. The brass dwarf can also mean failure or a dark fate for one, which in turn might save all others around him from great danger. So the way I'm feeling this one, I feel with it being in the reverse, that someone might think they are strong enough to handle it and that they are not at risk of being caught up in the bullshit, right? Thinking they could save everybody else and not have any kind of toll taken on them. That it comes out with the forge in the reverse. Like, yeah, this is the thing. The forge can be used to create the knife that you can go hunt for your meal with, and you can absolutely drop it and stab your toe. You know, like, you play with knives, right? You play with knives, and you might get cut. I feel that whoever this person is thinks they are strong enough to handle something and save other people. And I don't think they realize maybe even the advice they're giving other people, they're not taking it themselves. And if other people should take their advice, like, they don't realize how much they needed to take their own advice, maybe especially in regards to the person they're giving it to. You know, you got to practice what you preach and apply wisdom to self. The second individual, 2 strength cards. The Paladin is lawful good or light contracts. The Paladin symbolizes standing strong in the face of adversity. The Paladin does not back down under any circumstances. This card usually indicates the need to stay the course or do what one knows is right, even if it takes a heavy toll. With the Forge is lawful neutral. It evokes strength through great diversity. The blacksmith represents those who can survive the Mephit's trial by fire, but the Forge's fire is so strong, it burns many to cinders instead. This card often represents a dangerous event that needs many sources of strength to overcome. And they're stuck here, right? It came out with the book, and you are stuck here. The advice that these two have: the brass dwarf, person 1. You know what I think? I don't, and you should give it a try. Trust your gut, your soul on this one. Intuit it out. I feel like this person might even believe in their own mental constitution, that they believe in their drive and their willpower and think that they could figure it out. The other person is somewhere they don't belong, right? It says you are somewhere you don't belong. It's not the future you're trying to make it be. Let it go. Dispel your pride. You didn't fail. The Paladin has doubled down, stuck. And it's talking about, you know, people mean well, but they're wounded. And if you keep taking their guidance, you yourself are going to end up wounding yourself. Person number 1, I think they have a block with their own spirituality or their connection to their divinity, right? Their connection to God, source, creator, their guides and guardians and angels. And I think that they feel like they can logically weasel their way through things or get what they want. And it's almost like they don't even know what they want. Like, whatever they may or may not be working towards, it's not what they actually want. And or they are banking on the Paladin to be strong so that they don't have to. right? They're banking on the paladin so that they don't have to. And the paladin has a great deal of strength. Like this person, the paladin, it's almost as if the paladin is wielding the forge, and the forge has those fires, right? It's the trial by fire, and it can burn things to the ground. It says you are stuck here, and it comes out with a book, right? The paladin. Whose story are you reliving? Your parents? Whose story are you reliving? Because it's not your story. You're reliving the same wounds. You're trying, right? Trying to make a future out of something. But it's clearly saying, like, you are somewhere you don't belong. It's not the future you're trying to make it be. Like, the paladin needs to let it go. And they're stubborn as. They feel like the cause is good. But is it not intuitively, like, syncing up, though? Like, are you not actually guided to keep pushing forward on it? Are you doing it for other reasons because you feel contracted? Right? 2 lawful cards. Is it because you feel obligated or contracted to do what you're doing? But you're living out an old story. And if it's an old story, then, well, what's the one it's supposed to be now in the present? What's the actual story, right? What is the actual events meant to transpire in your highest good in this life? Why are you reliving someone else's past or someone else's pain and making it your own? What are you failing to understand, right? Because if we look at the peacock and the mute hag on the top and the bottom, the peacock is a neutral card, and it's a creature of astonishing beauty, but it is a beauty that can only be retained if frozen like a cockatrice statue. Smarter people accept the passage of time and dance out of the peacock's way. Its appearance always signifies a personal shift in attitude or societal change. Something's got to give, right? Something has to change. It's a shift in attitude. A shift in societal expectancy. It requires more, right? It's requiring you to be strong. It's requiring more. And the underlying issue is the mute hag. The mute hag is a neutral evil card. The mute hag might be silent, but the eye she holds lets her see into the hearts of men. This hag invokes blood pacts and poisonous secrets, the kind that turn brother against brother and son against father. It's a card that performers loathe as it leaves them stumbling over their words and songs. What's the real reason why you're not leveling up? Like, are you afraid of being seen? Are you afraid of being judged? Are you afraid that if you try and confront something or someone and have the conversation that you're going to trip up over your words, or they're going to talk you out of it, you know, in some which way, shape, or form, talk in circles around you? Like, what are you avoiding is the question. Because whatever is going on, like the BOMB, with the getaway, the olive branch is under that. Like, does it really need to explode? Do you really need to have spirit blow it up, so to speak, right? Metaphorically speaking, not literally. Do you really need spirit to blow it up? Or can you leave with peace? Can you choose it? Spirit loves you. Spirit needs to set off an explosion. Spirit does that. We call it tower moments with tarot. And no one likes the tower because it's always, you know, this blindsided feeling, when in the reality, it's like Spirit had been giving you a heads up and had been warning you the whole time. You're like, no, I can handle it. No, I can logic and reason my way out of it. I have a million excuses to do this or that, right? The brass dwarf thinks they're impervious to the fucking issue at hand. The brass dwarf thinks they're impervious to the issue at hand. You're thinking too much. You're not listening to your intuition enough. And someone else is stuck. And someone else is stuck. You and or them. I mean, you're in each other's mirror. You're both stuck, reliving some old story. Someone else's wounds that they've already healed or are meant to heal. Like, it's not your story. It's not your healing. You're making it your problem. Hey, Lala, how you doing? Like, why are you stuck? You get to choose your life. You get to write your own story. What is it? Fear of failure? Fear of being judged? Like, what is it? You feel so obligated and so contracted with those two lawful cards. It's all obligation. This is what you were taught. This is what you're supposed to do. This is what you're not supposed to do. This is what you are supposed to say. This is what you are supposed to ignore. This is what you are supposed to carry because you're supposed to be strong. Like, shut the fuck up with the supposed to whatevers. Stop. You are literally somewhere you don't belong. And someone else thinks they're in the clear and they don't got to work on anything or do anything or level up because you're handling it all. Excuse me? Like, you could, should, would be doing more and you're not because I'm strong enough to hold it. Go yourself. What? Come on. Like, do you not know the bullshit when you smell it? Do you have so little faith in someone and or yourself, or that little faith in the divine that they can't handle this person a little bit better? Right? Divine medicine. Come on. Let's get some insight. Let's get some insight. I've got the Healing Light Tarot and I've got the 𝐦𝐞𝐫𝐿 Tarot. What's going on with this first person? The first energy, right? What is going on with the brass dwarf? Like, they know they shouldn't be leaning on the paladin, and yet they are. They know it. This person's backwards. They know they're leaning on someone. And they think they're clever. They think they're smart. And they think they're getting one over on the paladin. And that's messed up. They know it. They know they need to be doing certain things and they're trying to avoid it. And they're probably holding something over your head, a secret, right, with the mute hag. Which is why you continue to try and be strong. And try and hold it. And this person is slacking. Slacking. Virgo. Slacking. On purpose. Slacking on purpose. Because they know they got this over on you. They know they do. They're using it to their advantage. They are taking advantage of you. All right, what else? Okay. Clarities. This person, they're more empathic than you realize, and they can feel your energy. What else? I'm about to rip one Sag style. Like, I'm about to light this up. I'm about to light this up. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. Give me 2 more cards, Spirit. Please and thank you for the first person's energy. Give me 2 more. They know you want to go. They know you want to move forward, and they're coming off defenseless, like they're keeping you in rescuer mode. Like you have no other choice. Like you have no other choice. That's the way they're coming off. We got the 3 of Wands on the bottom and the Page of Swords on top. This person is wildly immature. They're like a child. You know how like children, if they don't get something from one parent, like they'll just go to another parent, the other parent, and they'll ask them, well, you know, can I have this? And they don't tell you that the first parent said no. They just say, can I? And they say yes, and then they give it to them. And then when the other parent finds out, they're just like, I thought I told you no. And they're like, well, my other parent said yeah. And it's like, the parents look at each other. It's like, you what? You know, this person knows how to get what they want. They know how to get what they want. They know they're being called forward with the 3 of Wands on the bottom. They know that the universe is trying to overflow to them and get them out of this 7 of Swords, lying, thieving, cheating, self-betrayal energy when it comes to their soulmates. They need to start a solid foundation for themselves. They need to be a breadwinner, an earner, the manifester of their life. They need to take charge. They need to reinvent themselves and take charge. They need to be solo dolo. That's their victory. That's their victory. That's their healing, where spirit talks to them and allows them to receive what they want to receive, the wish that they want, right? Puts them in their divine feminine energy with the Empress card and the Emperor under that. They get to experience and find high union when you step out the way. You're in the way of their healing. I got the Sun with the High Priestess and the 7 of Coins. They know who they are. They are empathic. And they know that you have issues with not feeling good enough. They know you do. They know that you have a deeply rooted wound over not feeling good enough, that you want to fix it and are afraid that you can't or won't. You want to make things right. They are taking advantage of you and your wounds so that they do not have to heal theirs. The Chariot with the 7 of Wands reverse and the Knight of Wands. Yeah. They know you want to move on. They know they need to move on. They don't have any excuses. They're trying to keep you in rescuer mode. They're coming off reckless or irresponsible. Like they could be a wild card at any moment. They do it on purpose. The 6 of Cups, this is a past life person who is here in the present. The Queen of Cups, they don't have any actual emotions for you, and they see it clearly with the 2 of Swords. They know. Two of Swords is in reverse. They know the choice needs to be made. They know they need to come off pause. They know they do. But you are creating an environment. You are creating an environment that they are willing to settle in. It's comfy enough. Might not be perfect. Might not be the purpose of my life and why I'm here and what I'm meant to heal, but it's comfy. Virgo makes it comfy. This person does not have a reason to stay stuck. They do not have a reason to not move forward. They have no excuse for why they're not stepping up. None. They're not real. Whatever excuses they're giving you for not being better is all bullshit. They are fully capable. Fully capable. You have to understand one thing and one thing only. Their heart is not in it with you. They don't actually care about you and how you feel or what your needs are, what your path is. They don't care. You have to be able to intuitively sense your own need to move forward and have that fire lit up under your ass to go. There is no excuse. The Seven of Wands in the middle, there is no excuse. They're playing defenseless. They're playing helpless. Even if they're doing a little bit, or they're quote unquote looking like they're trying, they are not giving all that they could, should, would be giving to themselves or this life. And they're in your way. They're in your way. And you are in theirs. You are actively preventing their healing and their ability to step up in their own life. You're promoting their wins. Like, let's call a spade a spade. What's going on with the Paladin? Insight, please, into the Paladin. The King of Cups. First card out. What else? What else, please, Spirit, is going on with the Paladin? The Page of Coins. And the Queen of Wands. If you got kids, you clearly care about your kids. Might be a factor. Right, we were talking about the fifth house and things that we consider our baby, whether they're literal children or things like, you know, a business that you created or something you invented, you know. That's what drives you. They know it. This person knows it. Like, sorry, not sorry, but their behavior, they're 𝐶UNTY. Clarify the Queen of Wands, please. Yeah, they know you'll defend them. What's crazy is you're going to have to discipline this person like a child. Take it a layer deeper. Give me a third clarifying row. Bottom of the deck is the 9 of coin. Top is the Queen of Cups. You care so much. The King of Cups with the 8 of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. This Wheel of Fortune, she's on a spinning board that people are throwing knives at, like at a circus. Remember how I was talking about earlier, the forge? Like, the forge can create the knife that can catch your food, and it can also cut you. I feel like there's a truth that someone is aware of. And whatever you did, you created the truth. Like, the choices you made created the truth. And now the truth is being wielded potentially against you. I got multiple 8s and multiple 10s out here for you. The Page of Coins with the 8 of Coins and the 10 of Coins, you are putting in so much work. So much work. 8 of Coins is so much work and effort, and it's for the 10 of Coins. Like, you want the happy home. You want a solid foundation. You're trying to seize the opportunity or create the opportunity for transformation with people. And the Queen of Wands with the 7 of Wands and the World card. Like, if you truly do want to defend your children, you might have to absolutely be the villain in person number 1 story and discipline them like a child, because they're getting over on you. Like, you can't ignore when a child does something wrong. If you don't discipline them and show that you're not going to discipline them, they continue to take advantage of it. Am I wrong? They'll do it again. See, you've invested so much time and energy, you don't want to end it. You've invested a lot. Time, energy, effort, you've invested a lot. Money, emotional energy, mental energy. Like, you have expended a lot of energy, invested a lot in whatever or whoever this is, and are unwilling to close the cycle with the World card because of your investment. When the reality is, what you desire for your kids or whatever it is, like what you desire for your future, what drives you, you have to realize that all of the effort that you've put in, that the wheel could turn time, and that at any moment, the truth that this person holds could come forward and come out and hurt you. And not just hurt you, you're afraid it would be like fatally wounding, you know? The mute hag. So you're coming off with this righteousness, right, of the paladin, this righteousness, this obligation. When the reality is, you fear stuff behind it. There's more to it than that. You got to get real with yourself, Virgo. Hey, Rita, how you doing? Hey, hey, hey. Let's pull Santa Muerte. Give me some more insight into the situation between these two on the whole. What does this look like? What does this look like? Jeez, the cards want to fly. Seven of Pentacles. It's out twice now. They've been nickel and diming your energy for so fucking long. They've been nickel and diming your energy for so fucking long. And now they know how much you've invested. Ugh. Yeah, you need to change your belief system. Your belief system, these obligations, this feeling contracted or obligated to whoever or whatever, like the truth though. You honest to God refuse to see it for what it is. Virgo. What else, Spirit? Yeah, you're holding on to your investment. And they're holding on to their investor. They're holding on to their investor. Breadcrumbs of participation. Like, the truth might be hard to swallow, but you got to swallow it. Literally, I got the Ace of Swords here with the Four of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords here is literally swallowing the sword. That's the Ace of Swords that he's swallowing, the truth. You got to swallow you got to really swallow that truth. You are their investor. Yeah, they know they're not producing the wish, but you are producing something comfortable. This is just confirming what I already said. You know you need to light that fire. The Ace of Wands with the High Priestess. High Priestess is out twice now. And she's reading a book, like you're reliving something that you shouldn't be reliving. Queen of Swords. On the Hierophant, you need to marry the truth. You need to wield the truth. Yeah, Four of Swords on the Ace of Swords, like nails in the coffin. He's literally putting nails in the coffin. The truth, you need to let it go. Whoever this person is, they're vampiric. Yeah. You're holding on to your investment with all your strength, and they're holding on to their investor with all their strength. It's ego. Your ego's in the way. And to be fair, theirs might be too. They're in your reflection because you're both afraid of failing. Wheel of Fortune's out twice with the Death card. You've got to take a chance on turning the wheel and ending it, letting it transform. Knowing that you have more to birth into the reality. You can't be stuck here. You can't be stuck here with this person. We've got Emperor on the bottom and the Nine of Swords on top. You have so much anxiety. And to be fair, so do they, about being the leader of their life and making the high aligned choices. Both of you do. That's why you're in each other's mirror. One is afraid of failing, so they're letting you do it because they trust that you won't let it fail. And you are also afraid of failing, which is why you are supporting said person for whatever reason. You're afraid of failing or coming off like a failure, especially if they are holding a secret over you, a truth. especially for all the time and energy you've invested in whatever it is. Like if their truth could just destroy it or diminish who you are, your reputation or whatever, or something that you've built, right, that you're passionate about, your quote unquote baby, like you got to get yourself unstuck. You have to get yourself unstuck. Because if spirit, the divine God source needs to light it up, they will. They will. The divine will. It is only a matter of time. You can only ignore your intuition for so long. You can only do what you are not meant to be doing for so long. And then the universe is like, surprise. And people get blindsided. And it's like, I know here on the channel, I've told you. This ain't the first time. For being a mutable sign, Virgo, like you might have the most stubborn energy. Like, God bless you. But like, come on. You're supposed to be mutable. You're supposed to be able to shift. What have you enslaved yourself to? Because you weren't perfect. Right? Virgo's big fear of not being perfect. What have you let enslave you? You got to stop giving so many fucks about it. If you made a mistake or you messed up somewhere along the way, like you've got to own it. You've got to know why the mistake was made. And if people want to hold it against you that you weren't perfect or you made a mistake or you were guided a certain way at the time, only to realize, you know, it wasn't going to work out the way you thought. For some of you, this is a job, right? The brass dwarf is not a person, it's a job. And maybe the job is taking advantage of you because you've invested so much in it. And for other people, it's a person, a literal person that you're in a relationship with. Whether they're a partner or a family member or a friend, like you've got someone being a royal 𝐶𝑢𝑁𝐻 in your reality. Totally not stepping up like they could, should, would to support you. And they think they can get away with it because they got some truth on you where you weren't perfect. You are doing this to yourself. You are somewhere you don't belong. It's not the future you're trying to make it be. Let it go. That was your advice. They don't want to fail. Maybe that's the part of them that means well. They don't want to fail and fuck it up. But they're wounded. And if you keep taking the guidance from them or you keep dealing with them, you are only wounding yourself. That is the point. You are only wounding yourself. This person doesn't trust their intuition, but apparently they trust you and what they have over on you. They're using logic and reason. They're manipulating. They're manipulating because they don't want to grow up. They're pinning you against other people with the truth. It's time for you to face the music. Let's pull an advice card. Universe has your back, deck. Spirit, what's the advice for Virgo and those who are drawn and resonate with the dice? The presence of love will always cast out fear. There's a nice, pretty full moon on that card. The presence of love will always cast out fear. You got to trust and have faith in spirit, your angels. You've got to have faith that when you act in alignment with love and what it is that you want for yourself and your life, and letting go of anxiety, letting go of insecurity, a fear of failure, whatever it is, like, you've got to let the fear go. The presence of love will cast it out. Those who are meant to love you will understand that you're not perfect and that maybe you made a mistake and you needed to learn from it at the time, and that you're not that same person, right? They know you. They're not, and they love you. They're not going to hold it against you. Stop letting this person use you. And if you're the first person, the presence of love always casts out fear. You are more capable than you realize. More loved by the divine than you realize. And you need to let that stop, because you are not invulnerable to whatever the situation is, because person number 2 is around. Person number 2 is being guided to leave because they're not meant to be there. They're not meant to move forward with you anymore. You are not meant to take advantage of them anymore. You cannot live some life without your healing. That defeats the purpose of why you are here. You are not here to milk off the good energy and or the fear of another person. You're here to heal. Like, you're not going to skirt under the radar. Spirit sees what you're doing. Spirit don't like what you're doing either. It's not why you're here. Let the presence of love cast out fear. Best advice. Virgo, Libra, Aquarius, Leo. I hope it helps. I do. I hope it helps. And because this, come on. Come on. There's more to life than this. I love you. I love you. I will support you to the best of my ability. Be in a divine voice box the best I can. But I can't make you choose things. I'll just read the energy, right? I'll be here and support you the best I can. Until we next meet, Virgo. See you later.